What's up, everyone? Welcome to a NASCAR video of mine. I know I haven't made one in forever, ever since Daytona 500 of, back in February, but after everything that's happened this week, and I just had to make a video. I was going to make one a few days ago, but I just decided to make one right now, actually. Perfect timing with the NASCAR the Game 2013 Steam sale. I picked it up for 20 bucks, and that's me playing in the background. I'm not playing live. This is just me kind of narrating the game. I'm going to do like a race on Richmond, or a qualifying then race, pretty much showcase the game while talking about what happened this past week. And of course, I'm talking about the biggest news. AJ Allmendinger is set to drive the number 47 car this weekend at Chicagoland. No, I'm just kidding. That's actually true, but that's not the big news. Big news, obviously, is the whole Clint Bowyer incident, Jeff Gordon, the chase at Richmond, whatever you want to call it. And I recommend, if you are a Clint Bowyer fan, you probably don't want to be listening to this. And I'm going to give you a few seconds to just go ahead and close out of the video. Or better yet, if you don't even want to watch the video, you don't even have to. I just put the video in, so if you wanted to watch it, you wouldn't be bored, so you wouldn't be staring at my face. But you could kind of treat this as a podcast almost. So I'm going to stop rambling. We're going to get into what we're going to talk about right now. So we had the Federated Auto Parts 400 at Richmond. It's the last race before the chase. It's the race that sets everyone up for the chase. And Jeff Gordon, he's being Jeff Gordon. He's outside the top 10, just like last year. But he did practice well, he qualified well, and he started well. But in typical Jeff Gordon fashion, then he fell off. Kind of early on in the race, his car was just not performing right. Similar to last year, basically the same exact setup as last year. But at the end of the race, he ended up picking the pace up. He worked his way into the top 10 in points with about 10 laps to go. Newman's leading the race. Let me just set the scene for you real quick. Jeff Gordon, at the current position at the race, Jeff Gordon was in the chase. Logano and Truex were pushed out, with Kane and Newman set as the two wild cards. So, the race is going fine, right? Jeff Gordon's going to make the chase? Nope. Our hero of the hour, Clint Bowyer, just had to go and screw things up. With about 9 laps to go, his crew chief, Brian Patty, asks over the radio, he says, "Is your arm starting to hurt? I bet it's getting hot in there. Itch it." And that was a quote, by the way. I'm reading this off of like a little script thing that I made a few minutes ago. Not a few minutes ago, but anyways, yeah, so then after that quote, Bowyer spun out the next lap and causes a caution. So that screws everything up. Newman was poised to win the race. Jeff Gordon was poised to get in the chase, but that didn't happen. So most of the leaders ended up pitting for some reason. I think their tires were old, including Jeff Gordon. And he ended up taking 4 tires. And I'm not quite sure why, because at that particular point in time, with like 8 laps to go, track position is infinitely more important than your tires. Alright, he ended up losing a couple spots in the pits because, he's Jeff Gordon. He muffs the restart, because he's Jeff Gordon. Same thing happened with Newman. Carl Edwards took the lead. Apparently he restarted too quickly. I didn't really see it, but apparently he restarted too quickly. He jumped the gun or whatever, kind of like Jimmy Johnson did a few weeks back. The only difference is Jimmy Johnson got penalized and Carl Edwards didn't this time. Like I said, I didn't see it, so I'm not going to make any judgment over that at all. So anyways, Edwards wins, which is, cool. I'm fine with that. I would have liked to see Newman win, but whatever. Logano and Truex ended up making the chase, and Newman and Gordon ended up missing the chase. And Gordon missed the chase by 2 points, and Newman only missed the chase by a second-place finish because he was tied for a wild card with Logano. Was it Logano? No, it was Truex, sorry. With Truex, but Truex had more second-place finishes, and that was the tiebreaker. And I was furious after the race because Jeff Gordon should have made it. Clint Bowyer was stupid because I don't like Clint Bowyer anymore. I never did ever since he got into that incident with Jeff Gordon earlier this season, I think. Or no, was it last season? I can't remember anymore. I think I made a video on it. But, yeah. Earnhardt Jr., who was behind Bowyer when he spun out, said that he didn't touch him at all, and then he said it was one of the craziest things he's ever seen. And, yeah, obviously, if you look at the video, he didn't touch Bowyer at all. Later on, Bowyer said in an interview that the itching referred to poison oak that he had. or whatever. I don't believe that one bit, but anyways, I stayed up to watch Jeff Gordon's interview because I wanted to see what he had to say, and surprisingly, he wasn't mad. He was pretty calm about it. He was like, we'll get him. We're gonna go even harder in these next 10 weeks because there's an incentive to do that, even though there isn't. Whatever. Went to bed. Next day, I was browsing Reddit, the subreddit r/NASCAR. And I woke up to find that r/NASCAR was abuzz with all this drama. All the conspiracy theorists saying that, not Jeff Gordon, Clint Boyer spun out on purpose, which I just kind of knocked Clint Boyer there, if you didn't notice. Let's see where we at. Basically, the whole drama was gaining momentum. It was gaining steam, and NASCAR picked up on it, and it later was announced on Sunday, because the race was on Saturday, that NASCAR, they were going to investigate what happened, and that they would give an answer on Monday, because I think that they weren't on track. They weren't at Richmond. Most of the people who are in charge of the rules, they weren't on the track. So anyways, Monday comes along. They analyzed the facts, and they announced one of the biggest penalties the sport has ever seen. Michael Waltrip Racing, and that, bear with me, that is the 15 of Clint Boyer, the 15 of Mark Martin / Vickers, and the 56 of Truex Jr. was penalized 50 championship and owner points prior to the conclusion of the Richmond race. And that means that did not affect the chase seating at all. I'll get into that in a second. Michael Waltrip Racing was also fined $300,000. Ty Norris was indefinitely suspended. Ty Norris is the general manager and spotter for the 55. General manager of Michael Waltrip Racing and spotter of the 55 car. Also, all three crew chiefs were placed on probation until the end of the year. So Truex gets moved out of the chase, and Newman replaces him because Truex got penalized 50 points, and that prior to Richmond, and that moved him out of the chase, therefore putting Newman in. But what happened to Boyer? Absolutely nothing. He basically got away with everything. And, well, I mean, he got 50 points taken away, and $300,000 to Michael Waltrip Racing, but that's, pocket change to them. So Boyer got away with it. He absolutely nothing, no repercussion. And Jeff Gordon got no justice. He was out of it too. Nothing happened to those two. And apparently the reason was not because of Boyer. The penalizations was not because of Boyer. It was because someone told Brian Vickers, the number 55 car, to come down pit road for another quote unquote point, and that helped Truex get a point on Newman and helped Truex get in the chase. Well, the penalization obviously it moved Truex out, and this was on Monday, by the way. So then yesterday is Thursday, September 9th, by the way. This is probably going to get uploaded on Saturday. But, so that was 2 days ago, if you're watching this on Saturday. Anyways, I just used my rewind there. Anyways, yesterday NASCAR announced, that they are still gathering the facts, apparently. Apparently they were tipped to radio communications between Logano and David Gilliland. They were, telling David Gilliland to get back so Logano could get farther up he'd basically gain a point. Same reason as Michael Waltrip Racing. Excuse me. So earlier today, which is Friday, it was announced that a 13th driver would join the 2013 chase for the Sprint Cup after reviewing facts further, and that driver was Jeff Gordon. Thankfully, I don't really sound enthusiastic now because I'm a little tired, but I was so ecstatic. I was jumping around the room and everything because Jeff Gordon made the chase. I mean, he really did deserve it. I mean, he was, he had it. And then the spin of Clint Boyer, that screwed everything up. And then, Jeff Gordon, sort of, in reality, it really wasn't Jeff Gordon's fault at all. When I think about it, at first I thought it was because he took 4 tires, but the fact that he raced all the way, he was like 20th at a point, I think, in the race, and then he ended up working his way up to top 10 and beating Logano, about to beat Logano. That's just, I think he deserves it. So basically, Penske and Front Row Motorsports were put on probation until the end of the season, and that's where we're at right now. And I hope that's it. I think that's the last of the penalties that's going to be assessed. We got about 2 laps here. I'm going to wrap this up real quick. But my last point I want to make is, did NASCAR do the right thing? But one thing I learned from Reddit is that you can't make everyone happy, and I didn't even really learn that from Reddit. You learn that from just being on the internet. No one, not every, you can't make everyone happy, and people are still, saying they're questioning the legitimacy of the chase. The chase, they feel like it needs to be reworked or it just needs to be abolished. Personally, I think NASCAR did do the right decision. I mean, it's such a hard choice. I mean, yeah, they could have removed Boyer. They could have did more to Boyer, but all I have to say is I hope Boyer doesn't believe in karma, because whatever the fact that he spun out, that's going to come back and haunt him, and that's what I'm going to end this commentary on. I mean, I could go on about this all night if I wanted to, and I could explain this probably even better if I took more time to prepare, but that's where I'm going to end it. This week we're at Chicagoland, first race of the chase. Also, if anybody wants to let me know how, did you like the NASCAR video? Did you like the game video or the gameplay? I don't know. Let me know. Thanks for watching. See you.